Welcome everybody to our Wednesday night Travel Tribe Own Your Own Life event. Thank you all so very much for joining us. If this is the first time that you've jumped on to have a check us out and see what we're all about, thank you very much for giving up your time tonight. Or if you're watching this recording back later, thank you so much for taking the time to have a look at this. So my name's Jo Ross. I'm the founder of Travel Tribe. Travel Tribe came into being almost 2 years ago when I was running my own family daycare. I loved my job, loved what I did, loved looking after the kids, and I really was looking for more in life though. I'd gotten sick and tired of where I was at. My job didn't light me up anymore. I wasn't completely passionate about it. And my hubby and I, we love traveling. So we had this really old, dodgy little caravan, and we loved getting away for weekends and being able to go and, have some fun, explore local places, check it all out. And everyone we met told us that if you ever get the chance, traveling around Australia is the very best thing you can possibly do. Do it while you're young, do it while you're healthy, get out there and see what the world has to offer. Now, for me, that rang so true for me. I'm actually a breast cancer survivor, 2 times breast cancer survivor. I got diagnosed at the age of 33, really, really young. So I was the first person in my family to get diagnosed. So it was a huge shock, a great big surprise to everybody. And obviously it threw us into a massive learning curve. I was very, very lucky that I had some great friends around me who had actually had, some experience with cancer. And they actually gave me some suggestions regarding some alternative type treatments. And for me, it made a lot of sense. My oncologist at the time told me that chemo was basically the most toxic form of chemical that they could give us without killing us. So being only 33, I just knew that that wasn't what I wanted to do, because I want to hang around. I want to be here for as long as I possibly can. So I tried an alternative therapy, and I was really, really lucky. It worked for me. So in 5 weeks, my tumour actually shrunk to less than half its size, and I was able to have surgery and have the rest removed. So it's been an incredible journey. But from that, I have learnt so much. I've learnt about what I do want in life and what I don't want in life. And what I do want is time freedom and the ability to choose who I spend my time with, how I spend my days, where I spend my time. But also with that comes, we all still have bills to pay. We've all got, got to keep a roof over our heads, and nothing in life is free. So, I needed that financial freedom as well. So from when I was on Facebook one day, I actually came across a post from a lady who was also in family daycare, and she posted about how she was selling up her family daycare resources because she had found an online business that was making a better income than her family daycare business. And also it gave her that time freedom and that financial freedom that she was also looking for. So I sent her a message and I said, hey, what is it that you're doing? Like, what is it that you're up to? And she sent me a video to watch. And in it is the information that we're going to share with you guys here tonight. And from that, I haven't looked back. Basically, in less than 1 year, I was able to completely replace my family daycare income. I was able to retire my hubby, who had his own plastering business. We bought our dream caravan, and it's a giant apartment on wheels, and never ever thought we'd own something this flash and nice. Great big new four-wheel drive to tow it with. And yeah, we've been traveling around Australia ever since, sort of the middle of last year. So it's been amazing. It's been absolutely incredible what can happen in such a short amount of time. And basically, it's all come about because of these incredible products. So the products that we use are called Juice Plus. They are nothing more than fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule. Now, when I saw this, first of all, I was a bit skeptical, because I knew the power of fruit and veg. It had worked for me. I was just, absolutely all about eating as much organic fruit and veggies as I possibly can. But I didn't understand how it could possibly be encapsulated and still be good, still be, everything that we need it to be. So I read the research. So there is 37 peer-reviewed medical published studies done on Juice Plus. It is incredible, the information that's in there. These products are TGA approved. The Therapeutic Goods Association recognises these as whole foods. There is nothing in here except for the fruits, the veg, and the berries that they say on the label. it has a food label on here. So there is carrot, cabbage, kale, rice bran, broccoli, beetroot, tomato, garlic, parsley, spinach, and oat bran, all in a tapioca capsule. So made from veggies. There's no animal products, there's no gelatin, there's nothing in here except for the fruits and veggies. Now, it was amazing. I walked into, watched all the little videos to see how this is made. So the fruit and veg that goes in here comes from third generation farms with no herbicides and no pesticides whatsoever. Every single batch is individually tested for chemicals. Now, the fruit and veg that goes in here is vine ripened. Now, we all know that the fruit and veg gets its maximum amount of nutrition when it's left on the vine to get to that peak state of ripeness. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when you go shopping at Coles and Woolies these days, it is so hard to find a nice ripe tomato. Like, they are green and rock hard. And if you do find a red one, chances are it's been ripened under lights. Our avocados are gas ripened these days. So it's really, really hard, even when we do eat our 5 veggies and 2 fruits a day, to get that peak nutrition that we need. Our soils are so depleted, everything's sprayed with bucket loads of chemicals, and then it's not even left to vine ripen. So that's why I absolutely love this product. So fruit and veg is left to vine ripen within 24 hours of it being picked. It's shipped to the factory where the whole fruit and veg is washed, crushed, and then that juice is very, very slowly freeze dried at 1 degree. Now, what that does is it allows the water to evaporate off, the sugar ferments off, and what you're left with is the powder with all of the enzymes which are still alive and intact left in that powder. And we've all heard that our fruit and veg is 70 to 90% water. So that's what Juice Plus is. It is the fruit and veggies with the water and the sugar evaporated out, and you're still getting all of that nutrition. And that's what all of the medical reviews and the studies have proven, is that the enzymes that are in the powder are still alive. It's still bioavailable. So when you swallow the capsule and it's got an apple, pineapple, peach, prune, orange, cranberry, papaya, beetroot, cherry, or date in it, that's what your body recognizes it as. Your body goes, oh, yeah, that's food. And within 5 to 7 minutes, your body starts processing it exactly as if you were eating the food. I don't know if you've ever taken a multivitamin, a synthetic one from the chemist. I took bucket loads of them years ago thinking I was doing the right thing, and my pee turned bright yellow. I always thought that meant that my body didn't need it, that I was already healthy enough. What it actually means is your body is recognizing that as a chemical, and it tries to flush it out of you as quickly as it possibly can. So the chances of you actually getting any goodness at all from those synthetic isolated vitamins and minerals is very, very slim. That's where Juice Plus is different. It's not a supplement. It's not a vitamin. This is whole food. Now, because of that, that's why I'm so passionate about it. The World Health Organization is telling us that we need between 9 and 13 serves of fruit and veggies, organic fruit and veggies every day to combat the pollution and the toxins that are in our life. We can't get away from it. It's the world we live in, the air, the water, the plastic, the coating that's on our furniture, what's in our carpet and our curtains. We cannot avoid it. So we have to combat it to the best we possibly can. And the best way to do that is with nutrition. So that's why these products are absolutely amazing. It's not a matter of take these and you don't have to eat your fruit and veg. What these do is they bridge that gap between what you should be eating and what we actually are eating. Because even when we, try our hardest, nobody has a perfect day every day. And that's what these do, is they fill in that gap. So that's our capsules, our fruit, veg, and berries. Now, because we are so passionate about helping the world and changing the nutrition of the world, we actually have kids products, and they come completely free. So with every adult order of the fruit, veg, and berry capsules, you actually get the chews for free. Now, what's in here is exactly the same ingredient as the capsules, but instead of a capsule, because you can't get kids to have capsules, they actually have taken it and mixed it with tapioca starch and a little bit of fruit pectin, and they've turned it into a delicious chew. So there's a little bit of the fruit juice in there as well, and the red color comes from the fruit. So there's no artificial colors or flavors or anything like that. It is pure fruits and veg. So these come free for children aged between 4 and 18. So you can get 17 different fruits and veggies for your little ones, and they'll come free for 4 years. So we've actually been doing the world's largest children's health study over the past 10 years, and it is incredible the information that has come out of that study. So we've been able to see from parents who have kids who don't, having less days off school sick, they're eating more fruit and veg, they drink more water, they are sleeping better, their digestion is better, they're pooping better. There is a whole list of studies that have been done, and it's observational studies. So we all know that there's no placebo effect with a child. You can't get them to pretend something they're not. So it is absolutely amazing, the fact that, you know, we can get these out to kids all over the world. We actually have what we call Nutrition Plus. We have a charity program as well that's both in Australia and New Zealand, and we have a breakfast club. So we've actually been working with both Aboriginal and Islander families and getting these into their kids. So we've been giving them both one of our veggie protein shakes and free chews every single day for the last, it's been going on for a few years now, and the results that are coming out of those kids is just incredible. So we're helping them with their nutrition, and we're also helping them by starting veggie gardens and helping them to really learn about how to take care of themselves properly. So it's a part of our company that we're very, very proud of. Now, with those protein shakes, they are amazing. They come in chocolate and vanilla, so it's super easy to get the kids to have them. But what's actually in here is pea protein, chickpea powder, soy powder. We've got broccoli, alfalfa sprouts, radish sprouts, aromath, quinoa, pumpkin powder, pomegranate, spirulina, mushroom, yucca. It's just incredible. And all of that tastes amazing just on its own. You don't need to mix it with water. You can turn it into a delicious smoothie. You can add whatever you like. Hubby likes his with frozen mango and banana. I like mine with just water and ice, and I have a chocolate frappe. Less sugar than half a banana in here, but tastes amazing just on its own. So all of our products are fantastic for diabetics and those who are looking, you know, for low GI options. They're absolutely incredible. The other great thing about these is the niacin that's in here. Now, niacin is actually found in veggies naturally, but it's really, really hard to get a big quantity of it because, you know, there's only so many veggies we can eat in a day. But niacin's actually a natural mood enhancer. They actually take niacin, and that's what they use synthetically in a lot of antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication. So we have some incredible testimonials from people who've been on our products for some time, and they've actually been able to reduce and even get off some of their medication. And it's stories like that that just absolutely warm our hearts. You know, we are so, so proud of the fact that we get to help so many families worldwide. We're in 25 countries. And we get to help people worldwide with their nutrition. And it's really, really simple. It's just fruits, veg, and berries, the stuff that we all know that we're supposed to be eating. But with our lifestyle these days and how busy life is, it's just so hard to get access to it. So that's what our products do. Now, the very last product that we have is our omegas. Now, these are incredible. We all hear on the TV how important it is to have fish oil and krill oil because we need omegas in our life. It's vital for human function, but we can't make it ourselves. We have to ingest it. So these little babies are omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. The whole spectrum without any fish having to be squeezed in the process. So these are completely vegan. Fish actually get their omegas from the algae they eat. So instead of squeezing the fish, we've actually gone straight to the plant. So what's in here is pomegranate seed oil, the algae seed oil, raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn, tomato seed, and safflower. So these actually taste like orange. They are amazing. There's no reflux, there's no fishy aftertaste, there's nothing nasty in here whatsoever. So they are absolutely amazing. We've got so many studies coming about on heart health, brain health, eye health, and especially for pregnant mamas. These are incredible. So that's our entire range. That's all we have, because basically we're just about keeping it simple, and we're just about bridging that gap between, you know, what we know we should be eating and what we're trying to get into our diets, and, you know, what we'd actually do get to on a day-to-day basis. So what I'd like to do now is hand over quickly to some of the ladies some of the people, sorry, who've been taking our products for a little while. So Kylie, could you take yourself off mute for me while I find you?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
That's good. You've got that netball glow happening.
I know, I do. I've only just literally walked in the door, so.
All good. Hey, would you mind sharing with us how long have you been taking Juice Plus for, and what's been your results for so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been on the product for nearly 2 months now. I stumbled across them with a friend that said, look, you should really try these. And I was really skeptical and didn't watch her launch and stuff like that. And eventually I got the better of me, so I decided to have a look. When I did, I thought, I'm going to give this a go. So from the next day after I started taking them, my energy levels were right up. I've got 2 little boys, aged 2 and 4, and I'm always running around after them. So to have more energy and feel like I can cope with them was just a number one for me. I've started giving the chews to the boys as well, and they absolutely love them. Every morning they're asking me for their lollies and that kind of thing. And the shakes, I don't know if we're going to last with the shakes in our house because we're all always fighting every morning for a chocolate shake. So I share one between the 2 boys, and that's half their breakfast. And I skip breakfast. I'm a terrible breakfast eater, but since I've had the shakes in the house, I have that shake every morning, just like Joe said, with ice and water, and I just love it. Hubby's been having them for about 3 weeks now, and he's had really, really bad eczema on the tops of his arms and the back of his shoulders pretty much his whole life. And he said to me just the other day, oh, do you see my skin? It's not as red, it's not as itchy, it's actually looking a lot better. And that's only within a couple of weeks. The other thing for me is I have really, really bad gut issues. And I guess since starting these products from, after a week after starting them, I was having regular motions. I've cut down on all the medication prescribed by the doctor because my issues are pretty much fixed with those kind of things. I think diet and that kind of thing as well, but the pills have definitely been a heaven sent for us. I take them everywhere with us, everywhere we go. And the recipes are just great. Like, I can't keep enough brownie in the house now, and the kids are now wanting to help cook, so we're having all these adventures cooking and that kind of thing. So it's been really, really good for us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Kylie. I can't wait to hear, over the next couple of months, what happens with your hubby's skin. That's going to be amazing. We've heard so many great stories about skin. The skin's your biggest organ. So if things aren't quite right on the inside, it often shows up on your skin.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm going to duck on over now to Mark. Mark, could you take yourself off mute for me?
Yep.
Good evening. How are you?
Cool, thanks. How's everyone going tonight? All good, I hope.
Yeah, all good.
Basically, awesome. It was a few years ago now, probably coming up towards 3 years, I guess, that I was diagnosed as a diabetic, and we went off and did what the doctor said, and I've got one of these doctors that doesn't just throw tablets at you that when you walk in the door, and she said, no, you're too young, and you're not massively obese or any of that sort of stuff, so there's no reason you shouldn't be able to handle it just by watching your diet. So, she sent us on our way, come back in a couple of months and we'll do more tests, see how you're going. I was told to basically just eat healthy. So, we went home, had steak and veggies for dinner, potato, beans, carrot, broccoli. Yeah, probably broccoli because the partner hates cauliflower. That's a white one, so there wouldn't have been cauliflower in there. I always get the names mixed up of those two, though. But yeah, and we were told basically make sure you keep your sugars between 5 and 8 with the little meter. And so as diabetics know, 2 hours after you have a feed, you prick your finger and do the test and see how you've done. But my first night, the first test, it was 12. And we were like, wow, okay, something's seriously wrong here. So that sent me on a big spree over the internet to find out what people eat and how they control what they're doing with diets and what you should eat and shouldn't eat being diabetic. And I found a very plant-based diet without potatoes was pretty good, because potatoes, the starch in potatoes instantly turns into sugar, which is why they're really bad for you. However, you know, what society teaches us as a healthy diet is like steak and veg, and of course potatoes, one of those massive veg. We've been eating it all our lives, pile of it on the plate or chips or whatever. But yeah, so through all the research, you know, I found I had to exercise and a few other things, and then I stumbled across a post about the Juice Plus, and I thought, well, this is interesting. So I went in and had a look at it and found out some more information, and had a chat to Joe. And yeah, basically the fruit, veg, and berries, and it's all vegan, so there's no meat products at all. And it was perfectly aligned with what I'd been discovering on the internet as to how we should eat and what we should eat. So of course I jumped on those products, which is just over a year now. And we're in March still at the moment. And November just gone was my last doctor's appointment. And I went in there and we had the blood tests, and I went in and she just looked at me and just, you know, basically said, if my little computer here didn't tell me you were diabetic, I wouldn't think you were. You know, every morning now my results, like I prick my finger just in the morning, and they're normally between 3 and 5, you know, nowhere between 5 and 8 or 12. You know, the highest I think it's been for a while was 6 one morning, and that was because we had a few Jim Beam and Cokes and, you know, Red Rooster chips. It's one of my downfalls is Red Rooster chips. I love those. You just drive through, grab them, keep going. But yeah, so apart from those, I eat pretty healthy, but, you know, as you can tell, Jim Beam and chips, so occasionally I go off the wagon. But yeah, while I'm on the Juice Plus, went up, yeah, the doctor's test in November, that's right. Sorry, getting a bit sidetracked there. Yeah, she was blown away by it all, and with how my results are, that she basically said, I'll see you next year. You know, just come back November next year. As any diabetics would know, that you've got to go in every 3 months and get a checkup to make sure everything's happening and whatever. But yeah, she just went, you know, you're fine, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, and I'll see you November next year. So
Awesome.
you know, Foods Plus, yeah, it's been brilliant, just helping keep everything under control and keep it in check. Yeah.
That's epic. Like, that's so what you want to hear from a doctor, isn't it? You know,
Yep.
I'll see you in a year. Come back for a checkup. Well done.
That's it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Love hearing your story, Mark. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Hey, no worries.
All right, I'm going to shoot over now to Mel.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Would you mind sharing your story with us, please?
Yeah, sure. So I've been taking the products now for, nearly 4 months. And anyway, prior to that, I had a baby at the start of last year. And I also had she's just turned 4. And she's been very hard work, so it's basically sleep deprivation for 4.5 years. And after having Azzy, I didn't have as fantastic a pregnancy as I did with Atlanta, so I wasn't feeling amazing, and I'd put on a lot more weight as well. So then after having Azzy, during the year, I was feeling rotten to the point where I had started to go to the doctors and have some ultrasounds done because I was fearing the worst, basically just feeling sick every day in the tummy, but in the body, like physically, like my limbs were aching. My head was so brain foggy. I could struggle. Sometimes I'd be with my mother's group and struggle to put a sentence together, and I was just like, what's going on? And my sugar cravings were out of control. I was literally like, you know, I'd be that woman that would be grabbing the Mars bar from the checkout while you're waiting to get served, or at night I'd be pacing the house basically trying to find something sugary to eat. And I was drinking a lot more coffee too, just to keep awake during the day. So I sort of get to 11 o'clock and then 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And at both times I'd be struggling to keep my eyes open. So I was sort of topping up with coffee, which I'd never really been a huge coffee drinker. It was always just sort of something that was social to me. And I've had chronic sinus for probably 20 odd years. So like polyps removed. And that was pretty rotten. I'd have sinus attacks during the night. My husband's a shift worker, so that was not going down very well, me sneezing and blowing my nose at 2 o'clock in the morning when he's got to get up at 5. So basically within 3 weeks, as soon as I got the product, I never, even when I was doing all my research and stuff, I was never skeptical, because it was like something I had been looking for 10 years, after taking every product under the sun and spending so much money, and then every 3 months I'd be tipping, so much money down the drain because I didn't take it or I'd forgotten or whatever. So I'd been looking for this for like 10 years, and I was so stoked. I just couldn't get it into my body quick enough. So when that product actually came, it was like I felt like the jars were literally talking to me, and I wanted to just grab the whole berries and like eat the whole lot. So I was kind of doing a fair bit of doubling up at that start, and I think within 3 weeks, I really felt my energy levels, like I wasn't falling asleep during the day. My sugar cravings just like stopped, and coffee cravings completely stopped. My brain fogginess, and that was something I'd never read about from anyone, from a testimonial or anything. It just kind of happened. And one day I just sort of was thinking about it. I was like, oh, my head feels a lot clearer. And also I wasn't getting as cranky with the girls, and I wasn't getting as anxious either. And then, I guess sort of within the 6-week mark, my body was just feeling so much better physically. And straight away, and my sinus, the nighttime stuff had stopped. I still get stuff in the morning, but not as bad as what, I have had in the past. Yeah. Listen, I completely love it. And I actually ran out for a little bit over a week. And that week, I felt like I was losing my mind. It was like I was a veggie, fruit, berries crackhead, basically. I was starting to get anxious again, and I felt cranky, and I woke up like a couple of times at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my nose is running and blowing, and I'm going, oh God. So I was glad when those containers come, I tell you what.
You don't want to run out of your veggie crack, that's for sure.
Oh, it was shocking.
Oh dear. Well, I'm very glad that you're feeling so much better, and it's amazing. Hey, some people, it takes them a little while. Like, it's not until they stop taking it and they start getting back all of their ailments and things like that they hadn't really realized had disappeared. So it's a nasty way to have to figure it all out, but I'm glad that you're loving your story.
Thanks, Jo.
Thank you, Mel. Okay, so as you've heard, everybody's story is so very different, like so vast, and that's why we never make claims about what Juice Plus can do for a person, because it's always different. We never know. Your body will start to heal itself where you need healing. So we call it the hierarchy of healing. So your body knows how to heal itself. So wherever you're needing it, that's why our products come in a 4-month supply, because every 4 months your red blood cells in your body are completely replaced. So your body will start to heal itself if you give it the nutrition and the nutrients that it needs. So what I'd like to share with you now is just a little bit about how the business works. So we're going to hear from Razia very soon, who's launching her business. She has joined our beautiful team, and we are so excited to have her. But just before we do, I just want to do a little bit of myth busting. So we know that when, oftentimes you hear about the fact that you can work online And it's becoming more and more a thing these days. So it's not such a big deal. You know, you can order your groceries online. You can get your laundry picked up and delivered online. There's so much stuff that you can do online these days. So working online is kind of like where everything's headed. But a lot of people worry that to work online, that they would need to know a lot of people. You know, they think, oh, I could never work online because, you know, I don't have a big network of people. I don't know. I don't want to be that person that has to annoy my family and friends. And I just don't know who I could share something like this with. So that was me when I first heard about this. I lived in a tiny little beach town and I had less than 100 Facebook friends. So I wasn't big into social media. And the only people I really knew were like the mums of the daycare kids that I looked after. And I said this to Katrina. I said, look, you know, I'm not sure that I could do this. And she said, look, we have a system. If you're willing to use Facebook, and I said, yes, I'm happy to use Facebook. So I can teach you how to do this. And that's what's happened. So when Katrina and I connected on Facebook, so I asked her what it was she was up to. She sent me some info and I tried the products for myself. Absolutely loved them, and with 2 weeks later I decided to jump into the business. So this is me, Jo. So as I said, I really only knew the family daycare mums. So that's what I did. I said, hey, look, this is what I'm up to. Can you jump online? Come and have a look. Come and check out what I'm up to. Now, Beck absolutely loved it. She has two, little 4-year-old and she had a new baby. None of them ate their veggies. The fact that I was getting them to eat their chews was just amazing. And when she started looking into it, the fact that she could do this online business and not have to pay somebody else to look after her children. She could stay home, be a present mum, be the kind of mum that she'd always wanted to be, and still grow and work a business from the park, from the beach, or, you know, still pop the kids in care for a day so that she could have a day to herself. It was just amazing. So Beck jumped into this business. And then she told Angela, who she worked with, all about it. And then Angela shared this with her daughter, Jacinta. Now, I also shared this with one of the other family daycare mums, Ali. And Ali had some family members who were not very well. They had quite a few different health complaints. And she shared it with them. At the same time, I popped a post up on Facebook. I got taught how to do this. And I just said, hey, look, I want to go traveling around Australia. I've found a business that's allowing me to earn an income online while I travel the world. We're in 25 different countries. I can do this from anywhere. Is there anybody out there who's looking for some extra income? And from that ad, I connected with Denise, who is a school teacher, and also Vicky, who is a school teacher. Now, Denise was a PE teacher and was wanting to retire. Her partner, Greg, had been made redundant from his mining job, so he joined the business. Her mum, Gwenda, was after some income in her retirement, so she joined the business. And her friend, Taku, lived in Timor-Leste, where they have absolutely hardly any access to fruit and veg whatsoever, so she joined the business. And from this, they started sharing it with a few friends and family that they all knew. Now, Vicky jumped online and she shared it with a few people. Mark, who you just heard the story from before, was one of them. And since then, she shared it with other people. Now, this is what we call the popcorn effect. So over time, just by sharing it with a few people, this business explodes. So I haven't been in this business for 2 years yet, and I've got over 200 people in my business. Now, out of all of these, I actually only knew 3 of them. Everybody else has come from Facebook or a cruise ship or a hairdresser's, because I have met a couple of girls on holidays and things like that since then. But yeah, that is the power of social media. It is so incredible. And these days, there's 2 billion people on Facebook. Most of them are looking for a way to look better, feel better, have fun, or make some more money. And that's what our business does. It really does cover all of those bases. So the other thing that people worry about with a business like this is that it's some kind of pyramid scheme or a scam or something illegal or wrong. So pyramid schemes have been illegal since the 1970s. Our company is 40 years old and our products have been in Australia for 20 years. So we are very highly regarded. We are TGA approved. And you can go into your doctor's office and ask them to look up Juice Plus on the Medline database, which is where all of the doctor's products that they can recommend for their for their patients is. So our products and our business is absolutely incredible. But with a pyramid, so when I was at high school, I actually worked for McDonald's. That's how I paid for my first car. And that's really how a pyramid is. You know, you've got one boss up the top. So you've got a boss or a CEO. You've got a whole pile of people down here. So for me, I was on the register, I was on the fries, I was in the dining room. Over time, I managed to work my way up to crew trainer and up to manager. And then they have area managers and regional managers. But what the thing is with this kind of business, you're always swapping dollars for hours. It didn't matter how hard I worked. If I worked harder than somebody else who started at the same time as me, we still all ended up with our, $17 an hour or whatever it was we were getting paid. There was no way that I was ever going to get to this position up here. If I was lucky, I might have made it to here or here after a lifetime of service. And I was still going to be being told exactly what to do, when to do it, and having to deal with people who didn't really want to be there. So the difference with our business model is there is unlimited positions at the top. So our pinnacle position in Australia is called NMD, National Marketing Director. Now, everybody starts down here. Doesn't matter if you're in family daycare, if you're a teacher, if you're the garbage collector, if you're a computer technician, a hairdresser, a plumber, a politician, it doesn't matter. We all start down here exactly the same. And there's levels that you can reach along the way, but every single one of us has the opportunity to reach NMD and be our own boss and have our own time freedom, run our own time schedule. But the beautiful thing about this business is the only way that you can get to NMD is if you reach down and help others who are also on their journey. And that's why our business is a teaching business. There's no jumping over each other. There's no fighting to get to the top. This is very much a community-minded business, and we all have to help each other get what they want so that we can get what we want. So, very much a completely different structure. So what I'd like to do now is hear from our lady of the evening. I'll go and find Miss Razia. If you could take yourself off mute for me, lovely.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight and being with us. We're so excited to have you. Would you mind sharing with us all, how did Juice Plus come into your life and what's been your experience so far?
So I came across a post from the lovely Lisa about maybe 2 months ago. Saw the post on Facebook and I ended up commenting for some of information. She sent me some information and I had a look at it. But yeah, I must admit I was a bit skeptical in the beginning, just thinking, this is just another online ad business working from home. But I've looked into it. I've done some research. My husband's done some research. And then, I was quite excited because I'm naturally a health conscious person anyway. So it just kind of amazed me that there was all these different, fruits and veggies in a simple form of a capsule. Anyway, I had the 3-way call with you, and which was good and informative. And from there, I just went on and I watched all the training videos, and I just thought this was probably a nice opportunity for me to, work from home and earn some extra cash and stuff. So I was a bit stressed in the beginning because that was around the same time I started back at work after being home on maternity leave. So even though I only went back 3 days a week, I would have loved to stay home longer. My baby was sick and he's just about recovered. I just wanted to just pack up and just leave work. But anyway, I couldn't do that. So that also kind of motivated me in some way as well, So anyway, ended up chatting with Lisa, and I ended up getting the product, and I have been amazed. I have definitely felt some benefits using the product. So I've been on it now for about maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And my hair's not coming out anymore.
Yay.
So yeah, I've just noticed, like, for months now, my hair's just been coming out, like, not like a lot on a pillow type of thing, but just like, you know, when I give it a wash and just brush it out. So yeah, I haven't noticed that in the past week now. So I have been really taking note of that because my hair is naturally thin anyway. So I've been noticing that. I've also noticed that my motions are more regular. I am got a lot more energy than what I used to have. But one particular thing that I'm quite impressed about is the fact that I've had a swollen ankle for the past maybe 4 months now, and I think I must have injured it in gym. But the swelling has gone down, and I'm pretty sure it's the capsules I've been taking. There's just no swelling at all. If I can show you, but that would be a bit embarrassing right now. So, but yeah, I'm quite amazed. Yeah, it's just completely down. I mean, there's still a bit of swelling there, but it was quite swollen. You could definitely notice the difference between my two ankles. So it's definitely gone down a lot. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with that.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
And so just from the business point of view, what are you hoping that this business is going to turn out to be for you?
Look, I am hoping to, and I know it's not going to happen soon, but I'm hoping to just be home with my family. I've always worked long hours. I've always worked, 40, 50 hours a week. And as I've mentioned earlier, I've just gone back with my son, going back into daycare. He's 6 months now. But long term, I think, what I'd like to do is just lots and lots of family time, and just to go explore, do some traveling. We're actually planning on going back to Cape Town the end of this year. We haven't been back in 7 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was even a question because obviously I've just started working and stuff, and I wasn't getting paid for months. So that's my kind of short-term goal right now is to go home for at least 2 months early next year.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I love the product, and I think it's amazing. And even though I've only been on it for the past 2 weeks, but I think it's honestly amazing. You've got all these different veggies and fruits, and in a simple form of a capsule. So also just to help people, and just to live a healthy and fuller life.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so excited for you and what this is going to be for your family. I can't wait to see all of your pictures from Africa, and it's just going to be amazing. And over time, it will be wonderful to see you be able to spend that time with your little ones.
Thanks, Jo.
You're very welcome. Okay. So yeah, like you can tell, we all come from very different backgrounds. Everybody who comes into this business, we're so diverse. So absolutely anybody can do this business at all if you truly care about other people and want to help them. So I'm just going to share very quickly with you all now about how we actually get paid, because for anybody out there who's thinking, this could be something that you might be interested in, I'd just like to quickly share with you how it is we get paid. So we actually get paid in 3 different ways. We get paid a retail profit every time we connect a customer with the company. So we pay $165 per year to have our very own online office. It's called we're a virtual franchisee. So we have our online office, and it's exactly the same as basically any kind of online shopping that you've ever done. We enter a customer's name, address, credit card details, and what products they want, and we get paid a commission for doing that. So every time we connect a customer with the products, we get paid the retail profit. Now, we also get paid a commission. So as we help grow a team and we help other people do exactly the same thing, the company pays us a commission for helping other people grow their own business. And this actually ends up being a residual income. So over time, it continues to come in no matter how much time and effort we put into our business. And then the third way we get paid is bonuses. Now, bonuses are actually the fun money. They're the now money. So the beautiful thing about bonuses in our business is they're actually unlimited. You can have as many bonuses as you're willing to do and as many people as you're willing to help, basically. So the way it works is when we come into this business, you start out as a VF, a virtual franchisee. Within 10 days, you can get your first promotion to DVF and get your first $100 bonus. Oh, that's a bit wonky. Within 40 days, you can get your next bonus and your next promotion, and that one is a $400 bonus for both you and your teacher. Because as we mentioned, this is a teaching business. So we get rewarded for helping other people. So every time we help somebody get that bonus, we get paid that bonus as well. So the way Juice Plus affords to do this is because they don't pay for celebrity endorsements, they don't pay for TV advertising, they don't pay for magazine advertising, anything like that. The only way that somebody can get Juice Plus is through a virtual franchisee, through one of us. So they have this great big bucket of money, millions and millions and millions of dollars that they can give out to us for helping other people get started in this business. The next bonus that we have is a $600 bonus for you and your teacher. Then there is a $1,200 bonus at SSC. And like I mentioned, these are unlimited. You can help one person get these, or you can help get 10 people get these, or you could help 100 people get these. At QNMD, it's a $1,500 bonus. And then at our pinnacle position in Australia, National Marketing Director, it is a $3,000 bonus. Now, when you get there, your teacher doesn't get the $3,000 bonus because by then they are probably already an NMD, and the very starting wage, your residual income that's coming in, is between 80 and 100,000, depending on the size business that you have once you get to NMD. And that's just the residual income. That's not including any retail profit or the bonuses that are happening. So that's just a really quick snapshot and a brief overview about how this business works and about what's available. So I really hope that this has sparked some interest for anyone who's watching this tonight. If you do have questions, please have a chat to the person that invited you to come along here tonight, or if you're watching this as a recording, the person who sent you this recording. We would love to go into more detail, answer all of your questions, and really help you see if this could be something for you or not. Really hope that this has, given you a bit of an insight as to why we are so passionate about this. It's really very, very simple what we do, but we absolutely love it. It's incredible, and in this day and age, it's something that anybody can do from anywhere, and it's allowing so many families to have that time freedom and that financial freedom. So I really hope that this resonates with you, and hopefully I get to talk to you again soon. Thank you all so much for your time.